If Slowboat represents the face of American craft beers in Beijing, then it's the Arrow Brewery that fights one of the British corners in the Chinese capital. Set up 3 years ago, the taproom can be found in Jianchang Hutong, within a short walk of Beijing's tourism landmark, Yonghegong Lama Temple. Daylight shows that Arrow is housed within a scruffy complex in a not quite so scruffy hutong, or alleyway, with an attached restaurant called Stuffed. But you can order beer in the restaurant just as you can order food in the taproom, so I guess this is the nearest you can get to a lounge, public bar type arrangement. It's clear that the owners have done their best to give the place a smile factor, and smile factor number 1 is either a very long black pig or 2 short ones sticking their noses through the wall. Why is it that everyone passing by seems to be drawn by a seemingly magnetic force into giving the pig's rump a resounding smack? The inside of the taproom continues the art scruff look. Lest you should need directions, there's a sign pointing to Cold Beer Warm Hearts, which reminds me of a sign I saw on an island in the Philippines, where the daytime temperatures are always in the mid-30s. Beer as cold as the heart of your ex-girlfriend. But in fact, this taproom made up the original brewing space before expansion allowed the brewing to be moved to a new venue to the north of the Diplomatic Quarter, again with its own attached restaurant. They now brew 1,000 to 2,000 litres per week, also supplying craft beer to other restaurants in town. So a visit to the new facility is also now on my agenda. Arrow Microbrewery is now growing organically, with most of its profits reinvested in expanding capacity to capitalize on China's new thirst for craft beers. Only 5 years ago, China's craft beer scene was virtually non-existent, with only 20 microbreweries operating across the entire country. That number increased to around 200 in 2015, according to industry sources. China's overall beer market is worth an estimated 540 billion yuan, the world's largest by volume at 47.5 billion litres, according to Mintel research. Craft beer, however, remains a niche product, accounting for less than 1% of the Chinese beer market, meaning that it's still a barely tapped business opportunity. There are slightly fewer brews on offer here than at the Slowboat, but the range is probably wider, and to help the customers, well, those in the know anyway, each beverage has its alcoholic strength posted together with, probably more importantly, its IBU number to indicate its bitterness quotient, ranging from Sing double IBA with an IBU of 77 to Hefeweizen at a mere 13. The smile factors continue with some of the naming. The bitter end, till death us do party. 2 birds, you lucky bastard. Man with a golden hop, you only live once. A whiter shade of pale, Tom on the beach. Blonde on blonde, double trouble. Pilgrim's Progress, the answer to your prayers. Well, you get the idea. They might have skimped on the decoration here, but no cuts have been made on anything to do with the beer. Most of the drinks won't give you much change from a 50 kwai note, but a more savvy way to try out the variety on offer is to order a sampler of 6 beers that cost 65 kwai. The barman will write down the names of the samples so you know what to order next time. On quieter nights, there are usually specials on offer, and the clientele is made up of around 50% Chinese and 50% Laowais. It's good to see that the Chinese are being taught such useful words as Lu. Is that tough on the visiting Americans? Perhaps not. Tegestologists, meanwhile, can add to their collection from a pile of beer mats strategically placed near the door, though why no one appears interested in using them for the purpose they were intended beats me. Arrow is definitely a 6 out of 10 in my book, and worthy of another visit next time I'm in the area, or perhaps to their newer taproom. Ah, decisions.